everybody. Welcome to the FMTV Weekly. I am your host, Peter Brown. And, of course, I can't do this alone, so I am joined by my partner in crime, Uncle Ed. Say hi, Ed.
How you doing, guys? Here we are. We're ready for another great show. And like the title says, should we be concerned? Should we be concerned, Peter?
I don't know, Ed, but first let's catch up. How was your weekend? I mean, you have a good Thanksgiving?
I had a good Thanksgiving. I feel fat. Got the folks over, so Mom was making some good food, and I'm probably you'll see me getting fat from here to Christmas.
So wait a minute. Your family's Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
What does an Ecuadorian American family do for Thanksgiving? What's on the menu?
Well, we're very Americanized, so we do the turkey thing, but we also have, we have a roast, ham.
Yeah.
So, we eat all. We just a festival of food. So, needless to say, I'm probably gonna get fat.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
What'd you do?
If you followed me on social media, I was in Disney. I had my blue milk. I finally I went to Star Wars Land or Galaxy's Edge, if you want to call it what it really is named. Had some blue milk, had all kinds of alien stuff. I mean, it's awesome. I don't care if you're a Disney fan or not. If you're a Star Wars fan, you gotta go there. That place is amazing.
And you put on your Mickey hat and everything, didn't you?
No, I didn't wear that. But I did have my fair share of Star Wars Christmas T-shirts to wear there. So it's all festive, decorated for Christmas. We skipped right over Thanksgiving and went right to Christmas. Although I had a little bit of a Brazilian type an American Christmas. Had some turkey with my wife's family up there, so that was good. So.
Well, that's awesome, man.
It is. Hey, if check in, everybody. If you're in the chat, I'd like to see you checking in. We know that Mr. XO Warrior has already replied to our question of the day. Should we be concerned? And his answer is hell yes.
I'm seeing that, man. It's cool. I'm catching up right now too.
And then Real Chet Pancake doesn't know what we should be concerned about. And One World, One Goal is there as well.
We're definitely going to start talking about that right now because there are some concerns. And I'm on a whole bunch of WhatsApp chats with a lot of people talking soccer, and everybody's voicing their opinion about how this team doesn't have a coach yet, and we've got players, we got 15 players, but no big names.
Right.
So everybody's like freaking out, Peter. They're freaking out because time is catching up. We got 4 months to go.
Wow. I mean, say 4 months, it sounds like a long time, right? But I don't know. If I don't say the number of months, I say just March. Man, that feels like it's around the corner. And I know it's the same thing, but it's just right around the corner. And I go to Lockhart every week, and I see the progress at Lockhart, and I feel like we're getting close. And man, I didn't load a picture in this deck.
Did you do a video though? You did a video already?
I did do a video, and your guys are gonna like what you see. There's there's something new there, and it's starting. It's starting to look a little Inter Miami. That's all I'll say. Just a little teaser. It's starting to look Inter Miami. And so that video will be up tomorrow. But, there was a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. Even some people concerned in last week's construction video, people were asking if the stadium will be ready. One person didn't even ask. He says, hell no, it won't be ready. I would disagree as I see the progress every single week. I think the stadium will be ready. It's an erector set. I think it'll be ready. They may not have everything 100%, but good enough to play in. Yeah, it'll be ready. But
just not the maybe the academy and the training might not take place there because do you think they're going to be able to do that or probably not?
I don't know. I mean, that training facility looks as far along as the stadium, so that building looks equally as far along as the soccer stadium.
Well, yesterday I heard, of course this is all from fans or whatever, so take it for what it's worth.
Right.
That they're not going to be, that they're looking for a place to train.
Well,
because the training fields aren't going to be ready.
Well, that would be for the January camp, right? The training fields.
I'm not sure.
I imagine. Well, I don't know their exact timeline, but all I can tell you is what I see. it looks equally as far along as the stadium and the pitches themselves. I mean, how long does it take to roll out some grass, right? So,
well, for it to stick, because I mean, if they start running over it,
all right,
and they might pull some out or whatever, So
they got a grass guy. Get him to work. They got
they got Orlando. There you go. I know you were gonna say it.
I don't know. What are you gonna?
The Orlando guy. He's doing the grass. So we got we as a matter of fact we got more Orlando people coming in. I don't know if you heard about that.
All right, tell me.
They got some guys. I don't think it's communications, but the guy that does the content. He's from Orlando too. So yeah, they're bringing everybody from Orlando apparently.
That's not everybody. I don't have a problem with that. I don't want I don't want many of their players. I don't really want their coaching staff. I'm not real thrilled that we have one of their guys in the front office as far as Nicky Butelich. I'm not real thrilled about him.
Right.
Because he may be part of the problem in Orlando. But at the end of the day, I think Orlando's biggest problem is their ownership group. So if we've learned anything in South Florida, Ed, it's that Brazilians can't run a soccer club.
I guess so, Peter. But I guess we're gonna see. We're gonna see where. Well, let's start talking about the stuff that we're lining up.
All right, let's start right here with the players, Ed. So I put up here on the screen, and I sent you this JPEG as well, and this kind of mock a little bit of what. The players that we currently have. Obviously, we have 15 players now. So that this is not necessarily every player, but the players that I think are good enough to maybe start with what we have. With what we have
out of the 15. So
right.
Only 4 of them are going to stay out. But I saw you did. Let's start from behind. I guess Meredith being the only real goalkeeper we have.
It's the only choice we have. This lineup right now, in my mind, is it's if we had to start today, right? So just going through this, and then you can start asking your questions. Are you concerned, right? So Meredith in the back, no experience really. I mean, sure, he's Paul McDonough liked him that he's part of a winning culture and a winning team, but one game. If that's all he's played, one game in MLS. So
he does have experience. He's played. He's been on teams. He's quite a bit.
He's got locker room experience, training experience. And look, everybody's got to get their chance, but I don't think he's our guy. Now there are rumors, and there's been rumors for a little while that we might get from New York Robles, if I'm saying his name right.
He's pretty good. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, there was kind of like some fake Twitter account for a while ago that was claiming that it was a done deal. It may have been a fake Twitter account, but they may have been onto something because now
there might be some truth behind it.
Yeah, people are thinking he actually could end up on the and that would be great, but he's not signed, so we really can't talk about him yet.
Oh, and in the back line, okay, we had 2 left backs. We kind of talked about it a little bit. We were chatting back and forth for a little bit, and I like the how you broke it down. You basically put Ambrose in the middle instead of Sweat's on the playing an actual left back position. So I like that you did that. You put Makoun as a central midfielder. As a central defender. He also plays as a central midfielder. That's why that was in my mind right now.
Yeah.
But
so does Uoa. So who's gonna play mid? Who's gonna play defense?
Yeah. Uoa would be probably the best because he's been playing at that position. Yeah. I think as a defensive midfielder, he's been playing it more. I think.
MLS experience, proven. Had a bad year in Cincinnati, but so did everybody, including Powell, who I have put on the right, I have no faith in right now. Some people say relax. Everybody was bad at Cincinnati. He was good when he was, I think, in Portland. So
well, they've called him up for the Jamaican national team, man. So he's got to be somewhat good.
Okay.
So give the guy. He's still how did you see how old he was? I think he's up there. I don't know if he's close to 30.
I think he's close. I forgot his age.
Yeah. Okay. But Makoun, we were looking at his height and everything, and we were kind of discussing it that I think it's wrong on the website.
The Inter Miami's website says he's 5'11". Now, I'm 5'11", and I'm like, that's not. I mean, that's an average height, but I want my center backs to be taller. So, and you were telling me that he stood next to one of our friends, and this guy, this friend of ours.
6'4".
Okay, that's 6. I was gonna say he's way taller than me.
Yeah, he's 6'4", and he said, well, yeah, no, he kind of like bent down a little bit when they were in the picture.
Right.
So he's like, but he's still, he told me he's at least 6 foot, maybe 6'1".
Right.
So he's bigger than what it says.
So what's up, Inter Miami? You got the you got the stats wrong on your website. Get it fixed. Get it fixed.
Yeah. So that kind of puts a little more faith in you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's a little bigger.
Yeah.
Plus, he's young, so maybe he still has a couple years of growth in him.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
But anyways, I mean, we as we go on, we got Gwen, who makes sense in the midfield. Argudo, who a lot of people say is a popular player. A lot of teams were asking about him, wanting to potentially trade. Pellegrini on the wing. We're very excited about him. A lot of people think he's going to be the next big star, young star. Chapman, don't know a lot about him. Played in Toronto, and then Carranza, who we're hoping is going to do real well up top. But
Chapman, I saw he had some. Oh no, we've got another forward actually. What was his name? Oh, I got him right over here. Jeremy.
Yep.
Say his last name.
Kieswetter, I think.
There you go. Yeah, nice, man. Kieswetter. Yeah, that's how you have to say it.
Yeah.
The W sounds like a V.
All right. I just imagine he's sitting on the bench and coming in.
Yeah, but he's got some experience. He's a little bit older, but he hasn't hit 30 yet. But he's played in the Bundesliga, so that's good. He's got he's played up in he wasn't a big goal scorer though. So, but he did get playing time in the Bundesliga.
Right.
So.
And
that's good.
Mr. XO Warrior is saying we should put Pellegrini on the left. I may have gotten him wrong. I kind of put this together real quick. I had to go out to dinner with the family, so let's be honest. But when we look at these players, Ed, this is where we are right now. But with this ownership group, we were kind of promised the stars, right?
Right.
And I know you could say they're coming. Everything with Inter Miami from day one is in 3 months and a couple of months. It's coming. It's right around the corner. Everything.
Well, Peter, we waited for the team for like 10 years, man.
I know, so. but what? Okay, since this ownership group came in, though, it was everything is just going to be. It's going to be a few months. I remember even when we first talked with Marcelo Clore at one point. He was like, this will all be done in a few months. It was like 6 years later. we still aren't playing. So everything is like, it's kind of like tranquilo, right?
Yeah, take it easy.
But
so Peter, take it easy, man.
But Ed, where's the stars? I mean, look, we were just talking about Orlando, and you could make fun of Orlando all you want, but they did pick their star, whether you liked Kaká or not. They picked their star, and they had him early. So early, they had to loan him out.
Yeah.
Where's our star? Where's our guy that we're going to market around?
I think, Peter, that maybe they just went too high. And they thought they were going to be able to get anybody just by having David Beckham, call them up. And, in the end, it's all about the dead presidents, man. It's all about the money. So it's a reality check. Plus MLS, it's gotten a little bit bigger, yes, but not every team has a Zlatan in it. So coming to the United States is kind of like saying goodbye to your career. It's like a lot of these big names, they come here just for a last paycheck.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's still true. We haven't gotten to that level yet where the people are, coming. Yes, we had a couple, Giovinco, for example, who showed up, great player. But, there's very few that are, within that age and in their mid-20s that are going to want to come here. Maybe in the beginning of their careers now, as you saw with Pellegrini and Carranza, who are, they're taking a big bet. They're saying, okay, well, maybe this, being associated with David Beckham's team is going to catapult me in my future.
Right.
That's cool. But one of these already established names, it's going to be hard to attract them, and I think we're starting to see that.
Where's Cavani, right? We were promised all these things. We need at least. Miami is a place where you got to come out swinging. We can't come out and be a Cincinnati. We have to come out swinging. Now, I still have faith in Paul McDonough, but it's just everything is so far. Everything is kind of like Miami time. Everything is just a little bit late. You say how it is. I say Miami time, but sometimes it just may be Latin time. I know how it is.
It is. Yeah.
I know how
it's
it is.
It's really Latin time, yeah.
And I don't want to say that.
It became Miami time.
You got to be careful when you say that. I don't want to say anything negative about anyone.
Oh, I could say it because I'm Latin, Peter. Well, you can't say it.
But I can because I'm married to a Latin. That's my point. I'm always having to pull her out of the house, right? Because I was actually talking with some people over Thanksgiving. And we're talking about some this person that's in the family married a Puerto Rican guy, right? And she's asking us because we're a mixed couple as well, American with a Brazilian, asking that are they all late? Does everybody? Why do you say dinner's at 7 p.m. if you're not going to be there till 8 p.m.? And my response was, well, that's just to let them know what time to start getting ready. So, because if you say dinner's at 7, they're just going to start getting in the shower at 7. Because they're not really going to be there till 8 or 9.
Yeah, you got to lie, man. You got to lie. I know you don't like to lie, Peter, but you just have to. Otherwise, you're never going to get out of the house.
You fudge the numbers a little bit. And
there you go.
I've been known to fudge the numbers a little bit when it comes to the family. And I wonder if, the numbers are being fudged a little bit in Inter Miami. We want to get... I think, I know I wrote this down as a little bullet point. I think you kind of touched on is, are we just too ambitious? Are we shooting too high? Is Cavani just too high? I don't think so. I think it sounded like a reasonable thing, but they seem to be striking out. That's at least what it looks like. They're striking out on these bigger players. Is there that next tier down that we're going to have to settle for? And if we have to settle for somebody else, because I think no matter what, they're going to fill the DP slots. I guess they don't have to fill them for the start of the season. They could do it in the summer if they want. But they say they're going to fill them. I just don't know, Ed.
I don't know either, Peter. But there's something interesting that just popped up on the chat room. Warrior is saying that Giovinco went to the Middle East, so he kind of ended his career too. Yeah, he should have gone back to Europe. I don't know how it works out, but I know in some of those countries they pay a lot of money. Right. So maybe he was just used to getting paid a lot here, and he said, I go to Europe, maybe they're not going to pay me as much. I don't know. But, yeah, basically that ends careers. Yet, and we got some more information on the chat room that's saying that he actually won the AFC Champions League. Thanks, Nicholas, for that one with the Saudi club. So I guess it's kind of like the Champions League of Asia or something. Yeah. So I guess he's on a good team in Asia.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just wonder if we don't sign the big name players and if we don't sign the big name coach, are the fans going to be let down?
Yeah, and that's Peter, man. I don't know where to start on this one. There's we were very big on Gallardo last show that we had. And it seemed like it was imminent. And, man, what happened, Peter?
Well, I mean, the reports are that, he wants to wait till the middle of December, around December 13th, when the playing calendar year ends. He doesn't even want to have negotiations until then. And, of course, Inter Miami wants to have their coach signed in early December, which is now. I mean, we need to have an announcement today. I don't care if it's at midnight. Roll me out of bed. I'll get excited. We need to have a manager, and they're saying they can't wait. But I wonder if if he is the coach that everybody wants to have, every report out there is saying he was our number one. Taylor Twellman was on, and Taylor Twellman's pretty in the know, right? Former MLS player, ESPN
he's
analyst.
Psychic or something, man. I keep saying that because he always comes up with these, interesting things. That's why I follow him. Yeah. I didn't like him very much because he's a little opinionated.
I like that though. I like opinionated.
He's
people.
like you. That's why you like him.
Look, and just like Alexi Lalas, he's very opinionated too, and people don't like him either. I
Yeah.
love those kind of people. I don't necessarily have to agree with what they say.
Right.
I love
Right.
that they have a stance and they'll die on that hill for that stance. I love
Right.
that. I love that. I won't necessarily die on the hill for it. You could sway me to get me to come down a little bit. I could be bribed, but
Right.
and this Exo Warrior is touched on something that I was kind of thinking about, was that he says Moss said the coach was signed, didn't he? And so I wonder, did Moss maybe fib a little bit when he said that? He said that they had the coach and that he had a hand in picking the players in the expansion draft.
Okay.
Was he stretching the truth a little bit when he said that? Did he think he had somebody signed and ready to go, but didn't really? Or are all these reports false?
Maybe, yeah, they're just trying to throw people off. You think there's a big conspiracy, Peter, where they're like, just messing with our brains? I'm going to need some psychological help after all of this.
I know, because
Come on,
it's a roller coaster. We're up and we're down. We're like, people ask us, right? Because we do the show, so people ask us, who's going to be there? Oh, I think it's Solari. Well, because of everything, it makes sense. I wasn't the biggest fan, but it's some of the boxes get checked. Okay, we're all in. It's Solari. We get excited. Okay, it's Solari. Oh, it's not Solari. Now it's Gallardo. Okay, great. We're all in. It's Gallardo. He's the right choice. Everybody loves him. Oh, wait, nope. It's not Gallardo.
Yeah.
It's now Vieira.
Oh, yeah, now it's Vieira. Okay, Peter. What do you think about Vieira?
I'm not excited.
What do you think of?
I'm not
neither
excited.
am I, man.
I'm not excited about Vieira. It's not a bad choice. Look, the internet, people are kind of bashing him a little bit on Reddit and things like that. I wouldn't go that far. I have his record here. He doesn't have a bad record. He's got in his MLS league overall record in league play was 39, 22, and 22. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not it's not like anything amazing, but it's not a bad record. But
it's a winning record.
It is a winning record, but
yeah.
Weren't we promised a coach that had played at the highest levels? Okay, we got that, check. And coached at the highest levels.
Right.
Has he coached at the highest levels? Is Nice the highest levels?
I don't know, man. I haven't heard anything nice about Nice. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's I'm not too enthused also. He does have MLS experience. That makes sense. He knows the system. But he's still a coach there, right?
He's still a coach there. They didn't have the best season. He says it's a work in progress, and he says he's happy in Nice. Now, he didn't, in his quote, I don't have the quote in front of me, but he didn't come right out and say it's not happening, at least the way what I read. But he basically said, one day it's this team that wants me, one day it's that team, one day it's Miami, next it's Botafogo.
Right.
He even threw in a Brazilian club. So every day it's rumored to want me. So it's great to be wanted, but I'm happy in Nice. That's kind of what I got out of the quote.
Well, look at this. I love this guy's name, by the way. Pee Poo Poo says that's his name. He hasn't coached at the highest level,
right?
But he's coaching MLS playoff. So
is that the highest level?
That's That's the level. I guess Nice right now is the highest.
That's his highest level, right? Nice or the playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to bag on him too much. Because even Eric Thomas is saying he is a pretty good coach, but like Eric's words, pretty decent coach. Is pretty decent what you want for Inter Miami? We have kind of set the goals, the bar way up here as to what we're hoping for. Now
we're thinking that's the thing, man. Everybody in Miami thinks that we're getting the next Barcelona, the next Real Madrid,
right?
And that's not realistic, guys. It's not going to happen. At least not now.
No, but if we don't at least put up the looks that they're trying, if they got somebody like Gallardo, And even though they may get Gallardo, let's say just they got Gallardo and they still did not have a good season. People could still get behind that and get excited because they believe in Gallardo and they think he's the right choice and they've seen what he's done with other clubs. They could still be excited, and that still kind of might meet the criteria for that picky Miami, South Florida soccer audience. But Vieira, I don't think you're going to get that excitement from Vieira. People might get excited like, "Oh yeah, I remember him as a player, great player." And then when we start to lose, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, we should have gotten Gallardo. The ownership sucks. What did they do?
Right.
What were they doing all this time?"
That's what's gonna happen, Peter. I don't know, man. At this point, even if they do announce him, I'm gonna be, oh, well, okay, cool. At least we have a coach. That's how I'm gonna be. I'm like, let's give the guy a chance. But do I think that they should start off with him? I'm not too thrilled about it. Everybody was in love with Gallardo. Now we need, I think we need somebody that's got a little more experience. Okay. And there's one guy that was on that list, Peter.
How about Roberto Martinez?
Now we're talking.
Does Roberto Martinez get you a little more excited? Maybe not as excited as Gallardo, but more excited than Vieira.
He definitely has more experience, Peter. I don't know if you pulled up his experience. I don't know if you have it around there.
You could do that for me. I pulled up his picture. I'm the picture guy.
Oh, you did all that. But the thing about him, he's been coaching a lot more. He's been coaching the Prem for, I think, Everton was one of the teams.
Yeah, he coached. I do have a few of his stats. He coached at Swansea. He coached at Wigan. He coached at Everton, and now Belgium. So I think he was successful I know he's successful at Wigan, which earned him the job at Everton. I know he had at least one good season with Everton. I think he coached there, I think it was 3 years. The last season obviously wasn't going well, so he got sacked, but he started off coaching well. I think they might have finished in 4th or 5th in that first year, which was great for them. So, and I'm not the biggest EPL fan, so I could get some of this stuff wrong, and correct me if you want. But also, hey, he did great on, I think it was ESPN or Fox. I remember watching him as an analyst for the World Cup. That's where I got to know his personality. I liked his personality. I think he's the kind of person that, at least from that, looked like you could get along with people and, had a good personality where players might buy in and stuff like that. Did well with Belgium. Belgium, he coached in the World Cup. Belgium, finished in third?
Third place, man. Nobody expected it. So it was like, out of left field, and that just proves to you that, he's got some abilities. And of course, a lot has to do with the players, but they weren't known for having a crazy good team, but they still made it to third. So I think a lot has to do with the coaching.
Yeah, I think, and there was a report that, again, Taylor Twellman said they have had talks with him. And looking up his style of play is a very possession-oriented style of play. That's what a lot of Latin teams play, and that would play to the strengths or the desires maybe of a very Latin-based fan base. So possession-oriented. I like to watch that kind of style of soccer. So I like him as a potential coach.
Yeah. So. He's a different story. I think people could get over the whole Gallardo thing easier if it would be Martinez. But like I said, like if they say Vieira is the guy, then we're going to support him no matter what. But I think a lot of people would be a little disappointed.
Here's the thing: you want to get a little disappointed, but I still think he's a good coach. He's just not the coach that we all are dreaming of. We have Jason Kreis on staff.
There's a good one right there.
I think he is a better coach than what he showed in Orlando and New York. Maybe I'm buying into what he did at Real, and maybe that was a fluke. Maybe it's the other way around. That was the fluke, and he really isn't that great. I don't think he's the answer. I think he'd be a great assistant. I don't think he's the answer right now. We do know he was being considered in Real Salt Lake to bring him back. I don't know whatever happened to that because I just don't follow Real Salt Lake. But I do know they had a conversation with him. I mean, they got him in the back pocket.
Yeah, he definitely fill in very nicely if we happen to sack somebody.
We'll
You
sack
know?
somebody if we don't have anybody.
Well, I'm saying if whoever we get doesn't do well, but from what they were talking about, they wanted somebody that would also be in charge of the academy and stuff like that. At least the teams that are on their way up. So it's a big job for whoever is going to take over as coach of Inter Miami. It's not just the first team.
So, Ed, are you concerned? Like Mr. XO Warrior has said in here, and no expansion team has ever waited this long to name a coach. Are you concerned?
Well, I'm not as insane as he is because he says he's going insane. But I don't have much hair. I can't pull my hair because my beard maybe. But going crazy. But I am concerned, Peter. I am concerned. I'm hoping maybe next week they decide to announce who the coach is so that people could calm down a little bit. But then we got to be concerned with the players. There's still 15 players to pick from because the rosters they can go up to 30 players.
Yeah, but they're not all 30 active players. I forget the exact breakdown.
I think it's 20 that have to be on the actual
active
salary.
Right.
Yeah, the actual thing. And then the other ones there's reserve guys and there's
some Generation Adidas players. I think don't count.
Yeah, they got to have two. They have to have two homegrown players. One of they have to be within the 30. So yeah, it's kind of complicated, but it actually is 20.
Couple things in the chat. One, Holman Rios is agreeing with what I was kind of saying as far as Moss fibbing. I mean, he says he straight up lied to us about having that coach, or lied to us about the kind of players they're going to get. I don't want to start calling out the ownership just yet, but I do question at least at that one part. Did he maybe stretch the truth a little bit? Or, it was, I think it more than anything is maybe they thought they had somebody. They thought they had it buttoned up. They're talking to an agent. They thought they had it all lined up, and it fell apart. Again, like we said before, aiming too high maybe and just striking out. And then I thought One World, One Gold comment was funny as well. Ed has already fired the guy that we haven't even hired yet.
Well, I'm just talking, thinking ahead, man, because what if the guy, doesn't do a good job? I don't know, man.
You're just planning for the inevitable.
Yeah, you never know, man. But another thing that I'm kind of concerned about.
Okay.
I don't see. Maybe they're waiting for January or something, but the team is, they had a great event. I'll give them that for the draft.
Okay.
I just think they should do a little bit more, at least I don't know, videos or something more. I don't know. I'm just not pumped up, man. If it wasn't because of the supporters, I feel that they're lacking, man. This is supposed to be a world-class team.
Right.
They don't have, I talked to you a little bit about this earlier. They should probably have somebody that's going to make video content and make it exciting and say, okay, these are the players that we have so far.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like.
But pause right there. You don't think the videos that they've done not every time, but at least the first few players that they announced, they had that.
Those were cool. Why did they stop?
Okay.
Why did they stop doing that?
Good point. Yeah. The first.
Those pumped me up. Those pumped me up. I was just like, ooh, damn, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And then they just slowed down. It just,
When I saw those, I said, all right, we're big time. Those look professional. That looks big time. But yeah, you're right. We haven't seen any more of that.
Stuff like that, or I don't know, somebody that's gonna be the face of the team, talking to the players or something. I don't know, something. They need to do something. Man.
So I think as far as what you're talking about, as far as somebody interviewing the players, being on top of their YouTube and all that kind of stuff. If you look at most of the MLS teams, it's usually an intern type of thing that somebody young, inexperienced, and then eventually they may end up earning their way onto the MLS main channel. I think that's how some of those people got started.
You think that's the right way to go? Because I know an intern's not going to,
Well, okay, maybe
get me excited about the thing.
It may not truly be an intern. What my point was more of a young, person. Maybe kind of like the guy that we saw interviewing, Paul McDonough at the expansion party. What is that? Chris Whittingham.
Yeah.
I actually saw his parents.
Yeah, I don't.
But I think that's what most of the MLS teams do, though. It's just kind of a nobody that that becomes their job, and they're young, and young people can latch onto them. I don't think you're necessarily going to get any kind of recognizable person in that. The recognizable people, and this is something we should also start being concerned that we haven't heard about. Who are going to be, the broadcast team? Who's the broadcast team? That's where you might see your recognizable person, right? Why hasn't Fernando Fiore been hired already?
There you go. That's a good one right there. Yeah, he speaks English and Spanish.
Yep.
I don't know. That's the guy that could also do the some of the videos till there's some games to be called.
You could, but you don't generally.
Ray Hudson.
You don't. Ray Hudson's not coming out for that.
I'm going crazy. Okay, I'm getting a little nuts here, but still, I just can't wait till the game starts.
No, agreed. But the broadcast team are not usually the ones that are doing those weekly little, we're at practice doing interviews. But who are the broadcasting? Where's the broadcast deal? Every team, I believe, has to have a local broadcast deal. No mention of that. I assume they've had conversations with Channel 39 or Florida, Fox Florida Sports, or whatever they call it, Sun Sports. Is that what it's called? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or Channel 33, your smaller channels. You would imagine that they would have already announced a broadcast partner, because you don't need to have players, somebody to start building that hype like you're talking about.
Yeah, we need some hype. And some people talk about hype. Some of the guys have already answered some of these, like Anthony Manzano is saying, Ed, it's hard to sign big-time talents at the positions we have open without a manager. He put something Tampa. I think he misspelled. They can't have. It's kind of hard right now, and I realize it. We the ones I guess I'm talking about are the broadcasters, and I was thinking maybe they could fill in for now making videos, but Peter's right. I think Peter's right on what he's talking about.
Usually.
Yeah, of course, Peter's right. So even somebody's talking about Valderrama. Maybe they can bring in
for some Spanish content for sure.
And that would be great because he's a world-class player, famous.
I mean, that'd be amazing. Imagine seeing Valderrama. They could put Valderrama in some funny situations and stuff. I think he'd play along. He seems to have a good personality.
And that'll get a lot of viewers. Just Valderrama by himself. Like you mentioned, Fernando Fiore is another great one because he comes up with crazy stuff. There's just I think they need to start building on something like that.
And that's something this ownership group has not done. They have not tapped into any of the Miami Fusion history. Valderrama being part of that. There's other people, Pablo Mastroeni, who could have been hired as an assistant or academy or something, but he's in Houston now.
Right. I think there's people that live here. There's Ian Bishop.
Yep. Jim Rooney.
There's Jim Rooney. Who else we got? Diego Serna pops in every now and then.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
And then who else? There's still people around that could help out, I think, and get a lot of interest from people. There was some strikers too. There's some really old strikers like Ray Hudson, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
But there's other players that are still around. So, anyways.
Yeah, there's go ahead.
We kind of went on a tangent there.
No, but continuing on that tangent, because this episode is about concerns. I have concerns that kind of go along with what you're saying, Ed, and it's all about the buzz, the hype. Where is that buzz there, that hype? Where are the billboards? Where are the bus advertisements? Yes, we've seen one or two that's for a Heineken. That's it. Why aren't we painting this city pink? I assume they're waiting till January or something. But man, we talked to Chris Marazzo last week. They got billboards all over Nashville promoting their team. I can understand you don't want to run any commercials too soon. They think that the Miami crowd will get bored of it too soon. Maybe if there's no actual product to go see.
Yeah.
But come on, a concert comes to town. And they start selling tickets to that concert 6 months in advance and promoting it in some way 6 months in advance. Yet we can't promote our soccer team that's also trying to sell tickets.
Right.
Where are the billboards? Where's the advertisement? Where's anything?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stickers and a lot of magnets. That was great.
Wait.
But it's
The magnets are being passed out by the fans. Let's get that straight. The supporters group are doing the majority of that, I think. At least I think.
Right.
I know the team has definitely gotten out to a lot of youth sports things. At least they were. And I know a few parents that ran into some players and stuff, or not players, people from the team, and got shirts and stuff like that. So I know they did that a little bit. But I think a lot of the promotion right now, it's like people like you and me taking a stack of magnets and taking them to my work and popping them on the table and hoping people take them. All but two were taken.
or really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's good.
I always have people because I always put them on my car, and people would take them from my car, and I'd be okay, cool. At work, I pass them out to everybody. People are still asking me for them. They're like, "Hey, you got any more of those magnets?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure. Here you go."
When I went to Orlando, we drove my wife's car. My wife's car did not have a magnet on it. It did before, but then she gave it to a coworker, so her car was magnetless. So yeah. I'm going to Orlando. I'm going into enemy territory. I'm going to make sure I put one on the car. I threw one on the car. I was actually hoping somebody would steal it. Like, go ahead, take it. Nah,
did anybody take it?
Nah.
Wow. But they probably saw it. Did you get bad looks?
No. The funny thing is when you're in the parks, I mean, you do always see a lot of soccer shirts in the Disney parks. There's a lot of Europeans that come and so forth. But I always see a few Orlando shirts. And I was in line for the Jungle Cruise, and there's a guy real close to me in one of the turns wearing his Orlando City shirt. And I was so tempted to say something to him about his Orlando City shirt, but I didn't.
I would have said something. I would have gone. I would just walk by like this.
Don't say anything, just.
Yeah. No, but I've seen some of the guys go to Orlando and wear their Inter Miami shirts. When I go over there, that's what
I normally would as well. When I go to games, but I'm sorry, going to the parks. I normally wear my Inter Miami gear, but in this case, I was wearing Star Wars Christmas stuff, man. I had to represent Christmas.
Oh man! All right, Peter.
All right, so I think
you just went down some levels with me.
What? What? Star Wars? Is it because you don't like Star Wars?
No.
No,
I love Star Wars.
Are you one of these guys that says, "Oh, it's Star Trek. I gotta like Star Trek, and I can't like Star Wars."
No, I love both of them. I love Star Trek. I'm actually more into Star Trek than I am into Star Wars, but I love Star Wars too. But I'd wear I'd wear my Yoda thing, but I'd wear my T-shirt or the other way around, a Star Wars shirt and my Inter Miami hat or something.
Ed, you got it. I don't think you're watching it because you're a Disney hater, but
it is the evil empire, but we're not going to go there.
Yeah, we'll go there. You gotta watch The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is an awesome show on Disney Plus. Baby Yoda. I just spoiled something for you.
Oh,
Baby
yeah,
Yoda.
dude.
I spoil it, but it's all over the internet. Everybody else has already spoiled it. Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Anywhere you go, it's just...
Gotta watch Baby Yoda.
Oh, wait. Anthony said something. Hold on. He says, Ed, can you please read my comment from before? Okay.
Sometimes we get off on stupid stuff and don't read your comments.
Well, it's because there's a lot of... I get distracted by this guy called Pee Pee Poo Poo. So, he's...
Whatever he says is good just because of the name.
Because of I'm attracted to that. You're going to have to change your name to something... I'm sorry, Anthony, but you're going to have to change your name to something more interesting. But I'm looking. Hopefully I'll get to it.
Yeah, while you're looking for it, Eric Thomas is also asking, where's the fan engagement events? I know they've done a couple of little events. Weren't they part of an event this past weekend, Ed? There was some sort of celebrity soccer event. I had tickets to go, but again, I went to Disney.
Yeah. There was, I think there was something. I wasn't able to go also, man. There's just so many things you can do. And I try to go to as much soccer stuff as I can, but sometimes work or other, family plans come in or whatever, so we can't cover
I was in a meeting with the guys from Inter Miami one time. It was related to supporters groups, and I was in this meeting, and they did say something about get ready. We're going to start doing all these fan engagement events, and it's get ready as supporters groups. Get ready because you're going to get slammed with so many new people. Where's the events? I mean, as a supporter, we put one on. As Southern Legion, we put one on, and Inter Miami went to it, and we appreciate that they went to it, right? But that was our event that they participated in. We were very thankful that they participated in. But where are their events? They could do big, gigantic events, right? They got cash is no problem. But where are their fan events? So did you find Anthony's comment?
I sure did, Peter. And he says, Peter and Ed, I have a question for you guys. Chicharito comes to MLS. Do you think he will play in LA or Miami?
I mean, I think it makes more sense LA, but I'd take him.
It would. I'd take him too because he's going to sell jerseys, man. When this team needs to make money, and that's the way to make money, man. Those jerseys, they'll sell like hotcake. And you know what? Chicharito's still young enough to make, maybe he'll be good in MLS.
I think so. Obviously it makes sense. Galaxy lost Zlatan. It makes sense to have their next big name player to go there, and he's just been linked with that club for so many years. But why not? Why not have Inter Miami just kind of slide right in there and steal him?
I think that would be great. I like it because like I said, because of the jerseys, the marketing would be great. If the LA versus Miami thing would be huge. Yeah. Versus it could be just a cross town thing between LA Galaxy and LAFC, because I don't think he'll go to LAFC. They already have Vela, so that would be a big rivalry if they get that to happen. But then you could do the cross country rivalry with Miami.
But think if you're MLS and if you're MLS and you could pull some strings behind the scene. They've been famous for doing it for years. You really want them in a Galaxy, and you have that cross city, Mexico versus Mexico thing going on. That'd be awesome. Those games would be sold out, easy, and they probably already are, just based on when those two teams play. But that'd be a lot of fun. What else do we have in the chat, Ed?
There's hello to Andres Sanchez Dico. Good seeing that you're there. And who else? There's a lot of people. I think there's too many people, and that guy keeps haunting me, man. I can't stop from looking at that name.
So here's another one, Bit Soda. And I love the fact that we're seeing some new names this week. I really appreciate everybody that's jumping in and having some fun with us on a Sunday evening. Bit Soda says, unfortunately, I think Inter Miami will face challenges attracting players and coaches until we have a proper Miami stadium.
I don't think that's the issue right now, because I think with the ownership that we have, people take them seriously. But
why does the stadium need to be in Miami to attract anybody?
Marketing.
No, I understand the why we want the team to be in Miami eventually, but I mean, as of right now, why does that make a difference? I don't think it makes a difference. The team is named Inter Miami, so you've already got the Miami marketing, and they're going to play in Miami eventually. But why? Yeah. I don't see why playing in Fort Lauderdale for a couple of years hurts them to get top-notch talent. I don't think it should make a difference. Maybe I've got my Fort Lauderdale blinders on, but I think the stadium that they're building is going to be nice. Will it be world class? No. But that's what they'll do in Miami. I don't see how that holds them back, in my opinion.
And did you see that they used to say it was going to be 18,000 people? Now it's 19,000.
1,000 more.
They added 1,000 more.
Squeezed them in.
Something's up. There's something we don't know, Peter.
Squeezed them in.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, man. There's so many more comments going up, and people are trying to get our attention, guys. I wish we could cover all of them, but I'm just going to leave that to Peter Braun right now, because you guys can blame him for not reading your messages.
Not my fault. Questions like, do we have the number one SuperDraft? Yep, we got the number one, and I think we got the number two as well. So, and Paul McDonough's got a good track record of getting some good talent there. I know he got Gressel in Atlanta. Don't remember.
He is looking at college. I remember him saying something about he's looking at college players as well. I think eventually the college is going to be irrelevant because a lot of these players are going to come from academies and stuff from the
Yeah.
youth. So I think the it's a very Americanized thing. The whole college thing. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I think down the line. I think what's going to end up playing in the colleges are going to be the rejects.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're probably only going to handpick the few that are really good.
Anthony's asking if I were the GM for Inter Miami, who would I draft in the SuperDraft? I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm not gonna pretend to know something I don't. I don't know college. I don't.
Oh shit! Apparently we got number 3 in the draft too. Wow, we just got 1, 2, and 3.
I don't know if we have
Eric.
But
Eric Thomas
right.
is. Yeah.
He usually knows his stuff. I don't follow the college. The closest I come to the college, watching college, is when they've had in the past. I don't know where they're doing it now, but when they've done the just before the Super Draft, they do that college tournament, and they used to do it at Lockhart, and then they moved it to the cricket stadium, and I don't know where it is now. It might be up at Disney in Orlando, but I would watch those games, and that's the closest I come to college. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're talking about Daryl Dyke, who's apparently he's a pretty good player. He's a college player right now. ACC Offensive Player of the Year. Wow.
Right.
Well, hopefully they'll pick him up, guys. Unfortunately, I don't know too much. I don't follow college sports that much. A lot of people go crazy about the Seminoles and and all that crap, and I just never got into it.
You might.
Probably because I went to FIU, so FIU never had anything great. So
I'm not that well educated, Ed. I didn't go to college.
Okay, well, it happens.
I went to work.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah,
out
it is how it works out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, lots of questions, guys, and I think we could go on and on and on. Ricky Ricardo's in here. Welcome to our old friend,
Ricky.
Our third part, the third wheel on this.
He's coming back, man. That's probably why he's watching. He's coming back, and we're gonna try to do a Spanish version of this show, but on a different day, because we can't compete with it ourselves. Peter brought that up to me too, and we got it. We're gonna try to do a Spanish.
You got to loosen up that schedule of yours, Ed.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little tight, but we'll get it going.
Yeah.
We'll get it going. Ricky's got to do some more videos with us too, so
right.
We miss you, Ricky.
All right. So, and to answer your question, Ricky, where are all the big names? Listen back to the earlier part of the video. We covered a lot of that.
He probably just got on.
But yeah, exactly. But there's just to wrap this all up. I think we're cutting close to an hour. To wrap some of my thoughts up. It's just
Man, you talk a lot, Peter. 1 hour just listening to you.
Mostly, right?
Tough.
It's mostly me.
Mostly you.
Let me stop and have some watermelon sparkling water.
Because you can talk. Ooh, wow. And there you go. Free advertisement right there. We got to start advertising.
It's the cheap stuff from Publix.
Well, we do a lot of advertising for these guys.
And it makes you wonder, do they... You always wonder... I watch a lot of YouTube videos for, my other favorite topic, Disney. Mm-hmm. And I watch a lot of Disney vlogs and stuff like that. And you always wonder, like, do these big companies, do they really respect the YouTubers? Do they give the YouTubers the respect they kind of deserve? Because all we're doing is like hours of commercials for them every single week. And I don't know. Well, time will tell. If they invite us to events, if they treat us and bring us into the bosom and give us a nice hug, and where you Ed can go and put your face into that bosom,
I don't know about that, but we kind of had a good thing going there with all the other teams we've promoted throughout the years, the Strikers and the Miami FCs and all that. So they always give us press passes, and I don't know what's going to happen this time.
I don't know. But we'll see if we'll get any love from. But you are right. We do nothing but advertise for them, and even when we criticize them a little bit, it's out of love. It's because we love you, and
because we want you to be better.
We want you to be the best.
Yeah, you got to be the best team ever.
We care, guys. It's because we care.
Shucks.
little tear came down.
Yeah.
But
Maybe put some special effects there.
but if you get anything from this video, if anybody from Inter Miami watches this, if you get anything from this, people are concerned. People are concerned. We're dragging our feet on so many things. I mean, hell, the city thinks we're dragging our feet to build a stadium when really it's the city, I think, that's dragging their feet. But it feels like some feet dragging going on players and stadium deals and coaches and advertising and contracts. Where's all the other corporate sponsors too? They announced Heineken. They were excited to announce Heineken. It's not like they're waiting to announce corporate. At least I don't think. I don't think they're waiting to announce corporate sponsors, because if they were waiting, why did they announce Heineken? They would have waited,
Right.
for some sort of grand event, but they didn't. So where's the corporate sponsors? Where's the local sponsors? Where is everything?
Yeah. Maybe that little empty
I
moment.
don't know. Where is it all at? Well, Ed,
Guys, I hope everybody enjoyed Peter going crazy today on all these subjects. We need a coach. That's
one.
That's the bottom
That's
line. One coach.
We need
one main
we
coach.
need more than one. But that's number one. We need a coach, and to some of the points in the chat are that not having a coach may be holding us back as far as getting that top-notch player.
They're really concerned. If you look at all these comments, man, everybody's like, all right, these players or mostly the coach. Mostly talking about the coach. Right. It's a big deal, guys.
Yeah, and if you look at the players that we have now, are you excited about those players? A couple of them, yeah. The rest, not so much. So where's the excitement? This group is not getting me excited. Not completely. There's a couple of pieces that I'm excited about, but overall, I'm not head over heels for what we've got. So, all right, well, that wraps it up, Ed. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, guys, don't forget, Peter's gonna have a video tomorrow about the stadium construction. There's something big that's gonna be shown there. I haven't seen it. I haven't gotten to see it. So
I mean,
check that
out. I
out.
don't want to oversell it. It's not like the biggest thing, but it's starting. You can tell who has the team now. I mean, to who's building the stadium. You're starting to tell who's building the stadium.
I want to say stuff, but I don't want to ruin it.
I probably already just ruined it, but watch it tomorrow.
No spoilers.
Watch it tomorrow.
Okay, check it out tomorrow 9 a.m. And then you're going to do the news.
Yeah, I hope there's something to talk about.
We'll make something up.
Is there going to could there be a coach? I mean, of course, we won't forget our friends in other Miami soccer circles either. If there's any stories of Miami United and at Miami FC, we won't forget our friends there either. So, we'll definitely have a news video out on Wednesday as well. And you gonna give us anything this week, Ed?
I'm gonna definitely do. Since I had to do the English one this week, I'm going to do the Spanish one this week. I'm probably on by Friday. You'll have it by Friday. So we're going to have at least 4 videos this week, guys. So check them out.
Hang on. Anthony is insisting that you read his comment.
Anthony.
Which Pete in your...
Oh, look, he's talking to you.
But then
he's talking to you.
Below, he's calling you out. Maybe because he knows I don't pay attention enough, and so you got to yell at me because I don't pay attention enough.
No, it's to you. He's asking, Pete, in your opinion, do you think that you would benefit the MLS to turn the SuperDraft International to lower teams to draft players out of the academies from big teams in Europe?
Well, that's assuming that the big teams in Europe want to give up those players.
Right. It's kind of tough to. It's just the draft is an American thing, guys. It's not going to work with the rest of the world.
And clubs from around the world, if I understand the question correctly, clubs from around the world are not going to say open up their academies and go pick.
Yeah, they're going to want big time money. Yeah, they're not going to go with drafts. They're going to go. One of the Moss brothers has to go and say, we want this player. This is how much money we will give for him. And
what I could see happening is eventually I could see maybe the super draft going away because it's becoming less and less important. A player graduates college or whatever or announces that he's available whether he's leaving college early, and just buy him. Just buy the players outright and just make it more of a free market. So I could see that before any other kind of unique draft. So
because this whole American thing is very organized, but the rest of the world doesn't work that way. They just a player's available and they're in their mama's calling his representative up, and hey, I'll give you $2 more than the other guy. That's how it works.
I think Ruben is joking, but before you go, promotion relegation, yes or no? I think he's joking because that's like a 2-hour conversation all by itself.
That's another one. That's another. We'll go on for 2 hours.
I think he's just joking because that is that's a whole nother conversation. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Check out all the videos that we're gonna put out throughout the week. Also, I am going to be on Feuerstein's Fire, which is a podcast on Blog Talk Radio. So you could just check out Blog Talk Radio /Feuerstein's Fire. He's a guy out of New York. He does a really good job with the New York Red Bulls and he's been covering soccer on so many levels for so long. He does a podcast, does a great job. And I'm going to be on his show tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to record it tonight and be on it, but it's going to get played tomorrow on his show, which I believe is 7 o'clock. So look him up. We'll tweet it out, since...
Yeah, we'll put it on our social media so you guys can check it out. He's been around longer than we have. So that's a long time.
Yeah. He's part of the reason why we used Blog Talk Radio. He was using it, and we're like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see how it works. And so we used it. Yeah. So
it's all your fault.
Yeah, it's a real good guy, and I'm going to be on his show talking Inter Miami, and I guess I'm going to be sharing some of my concerns. So.
Oh, wow. More.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends, and we will see you right here next week. Bye, everybody.